Hello, boys and girls. Hello, parents. It's Miss Chambers again. Last time, we talked about our eyes, and we did some sight words. Today, we're going to talk about another body part and some things that parents can do with their children around using your, what are these? Hands. Does anybody know what hands do? What do we use hands for? To touch things. To touch things, right? Yes. So today we're going to talk about hands. Here's a picture of my hands I drew. All right. We said we use our hands for touching. Like I'm touching this table. This table feels hard. When we touch things, they feel differently. They have different textures. So today, parents and children, you can do this activity around a texture touch activity, we'll call it. All right? So go around the house like we did before and find things that have different textures. So in my home, I went and found some things that are of different textures. Here's a blanket that I love. This feels soft. And something else that I found that is soft is a cotton ball. It's soft. And I use my hands to touch it. Then I found some things that are rough. Anybody know what that word rough means? That means something that's not smooth. So parents and children, you can go around and find some things in your house that are rough. Here's a nice vase. It's not smooth, it's rough, it's bumpy. You feel that? It's very bumpy. It's very rough. Another rough object that I found was my foot roller that I use to massage my feet. It's very rough. And I also found one of my texture balls here, and it's very rough and bumpy. See the skin? It's very bumpy and rough. Then I found some things that were hard. I found a block. That's hard. We have blocks in our classroom. A plate. It's hard. A candle. Hard. A cup. Hard. A marble. Hard. Sometimes we use our marbles in our class. And a rock. It's pretty hard too. Yeah. So all these objects I found in my house that have different textures. So I want you all to go around, have your children go around and find different objects that have different textures. After you get through doing that, then you can make a chart with your children to review the textures, to review the things that you found, that you touched. So having the children find things that are soft, things that are hard, and things that are rough in their house. Have them put them in different piles, if you like. Then what I did was, in order to continue and extend the activity, I made a chart. Texture, we had soft. I found two objects that had texture, so I made a hash mark here. You can have the kids make a hash mark, one hash mark and another hash mark for how many objects they found. Then make the number 2. Then the hard objects, those things are very hard I found. I found, making hash marks, I found 6 objects. So we put a hash mark for each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I found the rough objects. I had 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 objects that are rough. So after that, then you can have the kid count all the objects. You can either have them use the actual objects to count, all the objects, all the soft, all the hard, and all the rough objects, or you can have them also take the hash marks if you decide to make put it on a piece of paper, and then count the hash marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in this box I put count all objects. So we came up with the number 12. You can have your kids write the number, or you write the number, someone else write the number in. Then another thing we did with this activity, which texture did we have, objects did we have the most textures for? So my hard objects, I had 6. That's the most. So I made an asterisk mark there. Least objects, that means how many objects did I find that were not so many? So my soft objects, I only found 2. So then I put an asterisk there. So this is a wonderful way to take objects in your house, use your sense of touch to find out what objects are hard, soft, or rough in your house. Then what I wanted to review with you all also at the end was, by doing this activity, your child learns new vocabulary words, words that describe textures. That's our hard, soft, and rough. Classification. That word means being able to sort objects by how it feels in this sense. We sorted all the soft objects. We sorted all the hard objects. We sorted all the rough objects. And then lastly, math skills are learned. As I showed you with this page, you don't necessarily have to do a graph or a chart like this. You can also just physically put the objects out and have them count them, tell you how many, what more and less are. You don't have to do the chart if you don't want to. But the math skills that they're learning is counting objects, matching numbers with objects, addition, making comparisons more or less between objects. That some objects are soft, some objects are hard, some objects are rough. So here is what you can learn by doing this activity around touch. Hands are for touching, touching, touching. Hands are for touching. We touch with our hands. I will see you next week. Tomorrow, Friday, April 10th, there is no school. So we will not be having school on Friday. But I will see you next week. And next Monday, Miss Lamb will be doing another mystery video. You will have to find out what she is going to be doing. Take care. Have a safe weekend. I miss all of you so very much. And I hope you have fun doing this activity. Bye-bye.